Istanbul has always been a city of food, both traditional and multicultural, and its international community has brought changes to the scene. Vittorio Sindoni, a Sicilian by birth and tradition, a New Yorker, and now living between Istanbul and Çeşme, has opened up Vittorio, an authentic Italian restaurant in Tunnel. Signore Sindoni tells us of his path. Signore Sindoni's kitchen is shared with the chef, Carmine Morghese. His kitchen is alive with the dolce vita.
Came the first time April of 1996. I was coming from New York. I never came to Turkey before. To me, Turkey was a very far away place, city. And yeah, I was invited, yes, from New York, and one of the partners of Paper Moon from New York, he was looking for a general manager. So I came in and I fell in love with the city immediately. I felt like it was part of me, I felt that, I fit into the city, coming, I guess, from my background as Sicilian. So, I felt very close to the Turkish people. Family background, the friendship, everybody kisses each other, like Sicilians we do. In New York, I emigrated with my family in 1973, and I worked in a different restaurant as a waiter, then head waiter, then a manager. And in 1985, me and my family, my brother, my mother, we opened our first Italian restaurant on 2nd Avenue and 84th Street. They're called Azzurro. And then within 4 years, we opened 4 different restaurants. The one in Seoul called Vucciria, which is the old marketplace of Palermo. I'm Sicilian, but I lived in Avellino, which is very close to Naples. And Naples is renowned for mozzarella di bufala. What a buffalo mozzarella cheese, which unfortunately we can only get frozen. And that's one of my favorite dish. I don't eat all the time because for the obvious reason, as you can see it. But one of my favorite. And to tell you the truth, we have a new chef here, Carmine Morghese, the executive chef from Taranto. And he made the wonderful, as you can see on the table, spaghetti alla chitarra, which is homemade pasta. And then we use it as an instrument over here. Can I show it? Yes. And this is the instrument that we use. It's called a chitarra because it reminds of a guitar. It's the same strings, even the sound sounds like a guitar. And we made this one size a little thicker than the other, which this is the side that we use. You can make it a little thinner, like a tagliolini homemade, which is fantastic. We use semolina flowers from Italy. We use because here the flowers, it's very weak. So this is see the yellow one. This is semolina flowers, and we make it with the Sicilian sauce, with spaghetti alla chitarra alla norma. Norma, it's a sauce made with cherry tomato sauce, fresh basil, obviously, eggplant, and goat cheese. We use a local goat cheese, hard cheese, that we grate right on top of it. And he also makes a wonderful orecchiette, which again is a typical pasta from Taranto, from the Puglia region. The Puglia, it's on south east coast of Italy, and Italy is shaped as a boot. It's like the heel part, and they're specialized on this. And the orecchiette, they are really amazing. The taste, the texture of it, it's really wonderful pasta.
How does he make it
with his hand? See, there's 2 stories of the orecchiette from Puglia. He comes from Castellaneta. Castellaneta is the town of Rodolfo Valentino, and they also have a museum there, We experiment the classic cuisine. In other words, after so many years of the nouvelle cuisine, of mixing so many food, we are trying to bring back the old flavors. I'm 52 years old, and I grew up in around homemade cuisine. My mom used to cook, and Sicily is very rich in vegetables, wonderful tomato because of the soil, the climate is perfect for that. So I want to bring back memories like this, you know, when I grew up, which obviously is very different because even our palate, our taste is completely different. So we heat up the eggplant, a little bit of the oil, a little bit of garlic, just a tiny bit to give the flavor. We don't use lots of garlic because lots of garlic will overwhelm the flavor of the food. Just a touch, you know, to give the right flavor. A little bit strong. Che dici? Che l'aglio turco è un po' diverso dal nostro? Sì. Un pochino più forte, vero? Meno forte? Io dico che è più forte. Più forte il nostro. Il nostro è più forte. Quello italiano. Sì, sì, sì, sì. C'ha più sapore. E queste sono le telline. These are telline. You heat up a little bit of oil. Again, a clove of garlic. The peperoncino, a little spicy hot pepper. It's a dry pepper, very spicy. Which in Turkey they love spicy food. Sometimes too much, because you know they put a lot, and that covers all the flavor. We use. Possiamo mettere vino bianco, sì, va bene. A little white wine, yes, yes. Tiny wine too, gives the flavor, and we let the alcohol evaporate, the wine, so you don't have alcohol anymore. This is the tomato sauce. Giunto il sale qua? C'è il sale? Cos'è questo? Questo? We dilute it with a little bit of vegetable sauce, otherwise it becomes too dry. See what we do? We open the clams like this. The customer doesn't have to open themselves, you know, which you see much better. Especially right now, springtime. This country, I mean, Turkey is very close to Sicilian climate and richness of the soil. We have right now the fava beans, asparagus, artichokes from Izmir area, and asparagus also from here. We get it from here. Fava, sweet peas also. And we make wonderful dishes with that. Obviously the tomatoes, that is starting, basil, vegetables. Fish is fantastic here. The fish is excellent. You know, we get a wonderful fish. We, as I was saying before, we I think are the only one that is using, offering us the spaghetti and a different sauce. We don't have. If you look at the menu, our menu, I would say 60–70% of the items that you find on my menu are different from any other Italian restaurant. Here, wherever I go, I find a penna arrabbiata, which we don't have penna arrabbiata in Italy. You know, nobody makes that. The spicy one, but The Italian, I mean, I believe we have about 2,500 Italians that it is in Turkey. They can be mostly professionals. I only know a few Sicilians here. Probably we are, the one that I know, about 5. Probably think food. I think about food all the time because it's part of my life. Dessert is cannoli, and it's made with biscuits and filled with goat cheese. Ricotta, which is amazing, and this is the season. No, unfortunately, we cannot get the ricotta. The ricotta, it's a particular sheep that they eat grass from the Madonia mountain, which is near Palermo, and the ricotta is amazing, really. Maybe these are the only things that I could miss. I mean, when I go there, obviously brings me back a memory. I try to look for memories of the past. Unfortunately, it's not like that. Things change very fast, too modern sometimes. Sicilians, we were known to be jealous, possessive. It's not like this anymore. And I remember women be dressed all in black because they used to carry the mourns for that person for life. So we were renowned of that. People even in the summer, 40 degrees, 100% humidity, and those poor ladies dressed. And you don't see that anymore. And no, you don't see that anymore. I feel like this is my home. I'm comfortable here. I live in a neighborhood, and again, people are very, even though I don't speak the language, I try to make myself understand, and Turkish people, they go out of the way to understand me, from the taxi driver, to the bankers and lawyers, everywhere, and people are very hospitable. I feel very, very close here. The only, again, as I was saying before, the only negative part is I don't speak the language. I learned it soon. And I have to tell you the truth, I speak to lots of expats, not just Italians, and they all feel the same way about it. They all feel comfortable here. The city is very clean, to be so large, very safe, and somehow also very international. There's lots of international, everybody speaks English. Everybody speaks English. It's amazing, Where you go to Italy, like Milan or Rome. I think once you lived in New York, like in my case, I could live anywhere in the world, because in New York, I think gives you that education. That New Manhattan and New York, it's like a concentration of concentration, giusto? It's a concentration of culture. You lived in New York as well. So every day you could go to a different place and feel like you're outside of New York. There's Italian, Little Italy, Chinatown, Puerto Rican parade, Cuban parade, Dominican parade, French parade, Brazilian parade. So you have all the ethnic cuisine that you could try, which is important. I think food is very important. It's a very important part of our life, because that's what we do. We eat all the time. We eat 2-3 times a day. So, food is part of us. And even people, they on the diet, they don't want to eat, they think about food all the time,
Chilai is a new project. In what was once a fishing village, Chilai, the original name of Bebek, is situated directly on the shores of the Bosphorus. The executive chef, half Turkish, half Iranian, was called from South Africa, where he was working for 9 years. Hazer Amani, a graduate of Le Cordon Bleu, tells us what it means to be an executive chef and of his life in his newly found home.
I have to control almost every single thing that's coming out to my guests, and obviously I make the menus. I decide what my guests gonna eat, and I'm just trying to do my best for that. I'm telling all my guys and the woman works for me that they're not cooks, they're artists. If they have to show themselves as artists, so instead of just like throwing stuff in the pan, if you just like hold the stuff, hold the vegetables and just smell it, then feel the texture, then combine them and just think about them, then you create something with love. It's a cliche, it's a funny thing, but I really believe in that. If you do something with love, it's gonna be good. I haven't been to Iran for long years. Then, a couple of months ago, I think 5 months ago, I had to go there for some paperwork. The Iran that I remembered was like much different than the place that I saw. Because last time I went to Iran was 1990. I clearly remember because it was the World Cup, and I was only 14 years old in that stage. But the Iran that I saw now is a whole different country for me. 20 years ago, even after the revolution, it was 20 years ago, and it's changed a lot. And another thing that I can say, I was away for 9 years, and yeah, it was kind of typical. It's difficult to adjust to Istanbul because, I mean, I was living in a very laid-back country, a laid-back town, which is Cape Town. No traffic, no hassle about anything. People just finish their work at 5 o'clock and go to surfing. I mean, you got the ocean around you. Before you go to work, you can go to ocean and, I don't know, do your kite surf, then go to work. Lots of very good wine, amazing food. I mean, some pretty ladies around you. So it was kind of hard for me to, when I first come to Istanbul, you know, it's a massive city. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, that's for sure. But, you know, it's lots of people. I was living with 5 million people back in Cape Town. Now we got like 17 million. And it's massive. I'm quite happy, to say the truth, because, I mean, come on. Well, Chile, been here only for last 4 months, but I came, I think, in last March on 2010, because I had to create a new group, you know. I had to find all these people, I had to educate them, and then create the menu, then design the kitchen and everything.
I asked Hazer what his favorite meal was.
I like nice and comfort food, you know. I love a very beautifully done, like a roast chicken with nice soft slice, grilled vegetable, and I don't know, like I like the whole chicken to be on the table, and I mean, if you want to, just eat with your hands. That's more delicious for me. But I mean, that chicken has to be like perfectly done, you know. Because I always say that. I mean, there's like something that if you do that, I think you'll be successful. I mean, that's the kiss, which is keep it simple. It's when I was in Cordon Bleu. One of my teachers always used to tell me, because, you know, I used to think of I used to think a lot about the food, and I used to just like, when I was sleeping, I had an exam the next day, and when I was sleeping, I was like, I couldn't sleep sometimes, thinking of what should I do more, what should I do more, what should I do more. And I remember a couple of like presentations, I had like a plate like this, and I had maybe 20, 25 items on the plate. I mean, they are not bad, but I mean, one day she told me, keep it simple, stupid. Which is like, if you do something nice and simple, you don't need any garnishes or any extra other ingredients on the plate, you know. A beautifully grilled piece of filet with some vegetables underneath it. If the vegetables are nicely done and they're still colorful and everything, I think that's the best presentation. And nice grill marks on the beef with no sauce or no extra, I don't know, like a rosemary piece of. I think keeping it simple is the strategy I'm trying here. I always experiment, you know. What I do is I come to this place, and then, I mean, I put my jacket on. Then I just go and like check the fridges. If I see a nice ingredient, nice vegetable, I don't know, can be a pumpkin, can be a nice fresh fish that I just bought, then I start experimenting with that, because especially upstairs, we change the menu almost in every 15 days, and I have a special every day or every second day. So, I mean, that's experimenting, you know. When we do fish and chips, we just like, it's called fish in chips, for instance, and it's a piece of fish wrapped with potatoes instead of like the batter around us. So, I mean, we have our way of showing or expressing. So, I mean, people are, I think, loving it. I live right here, to say the truth. I mean, it takes me like 2 minutes to come to my work. Yeah, first of all, because it was close, and second, I mean, it's one of the best neighborhoods in Istanbul. Like, for instance, now people just spend like 14 or 50 minutes to come to Bebek just to have a walk, you know, on the coast. But, I mean, I just like live here. And people come with their boats, and I mean, we we can send the boats that we are working with to like the other sides and take the people from there if they want to. I mean, people are much friendly here. Yeah, and you have the lovely sea, you know. You have the lovely Bosphorus, which is amazing, especially at nights.
We met Chef Yasuo Uekusa in the sushi bar of Vidunya, a modest young professional with future plans leading to his return to Tokyo.
Japonya'dan geldim. Tokyo'dan İstanbul'a gelmiştim. 13. sene geçiyor. 13. sene geçiyor. Seyahatte gittiğim yerde çalışan Japonlar gördüm. Yani Japonya değil ülkelerdeki ülkede. O zaman ben de bunu yapmak istiyorum diye düşündüm. Buraya gelmesi tesadüfi. Yani aslında İngilizce konuşabilecek ülkeye gitmek istiyordum. Ama buraya gelmişim. Buraya tatil için gelmedim. Tatil için Amerika'ya gitmiştim. San Francisco gittim. O zaman gördüm yani çalışan Japonlar. O yüzden ne güzel ben de yurt dışında yaşayacağım diye karar vermiştim. 1998'de gelmiştim. O zaman buralar bir şey yoktu. Fazla bir şey yoktu. Sonra seneleri geçince bu kadar güzel oldu burası. Ben de şaşırıyorum. Yani Türkiye'nin yani değişme tarihine göre ben de yaşıyorum gibi hissettim. Benim İngilizce fazla yok. Türkçe hiç yoktu. İlk geldiğinde kiminle nasıl konuşacağını bilmiyordum. İşte Türkçe okuyarak iş yaptım. 1,5 sene, 2 sene geçerken yani biraz böyle Türkçe iyi şekilde konuşabilmeye başladı. Evet, biraz çok kültür farkı da var. O yüzden bayağı zordu ilk başlangıçta. Ama şimdi seneler geçince insanlar arışıyor. Yani artık Türk gibi oldu diye arkadaşlar söylüyor. Genelde Türkler çok seviyor. Ama Japonlar daha böyle mutfak yemek daha çok seviyor. Kızartma falan var, onları çok seviyor. Sushi ara sıra yiyorlar da öyle hep Türkler sushi, Japonları mutfak yemekler. Ben çok sevindim yemekler. Biraz zor soru. Pilav, yani sade pilav ve tavada pişmiş yumurta.